So I'm going to try to fit this into a very short video. This is a tour of my current status sword collection. Okay, so it all started with this knife right here, which was $20 at Walmart. Then, some while after that, I went and I found Bud K, and I ordered this on accident in a mystery bag, and this in the same mystery bag. And these are cheap stainless steel. And I broke these off, and so now they're in cardboard sheaths. So I have this katana, which is all rusty. And I have this, we'll call it a short broadsword, which is all rusty. And I've really been enjoying this, but this is more powerful. To skip ahead, I eventually tried to order a nicer katana. And I got this, which is in my $200 session cutting video. And you see it has a real hamon, which means that it's differentially hardened. So the edge is harder than the spine, which is why it cracked right there. I have some things that are not functional. They just came in mystery cheap bags, and I'm unhappy about having them. But it's okay, because maybe they will make nice toys later. Then I ordered some more mystery bags, as well as a bunch of random stuff. So these are all different shapes of stainless steel swords. They're similar to these ones. And I got all the different shapes so that I could experience the qualities of different blade shapes. And this is a Honshu war sword, which is really nice actually looking. So it's like a big pirate scimitar. It's quite good. Then at some point in there, I got this K-Bar war sword, which as you can see is quite a big knife. And what I've been working on lately is, and this is an easy favorite, and that cuts bottles really nice. And then I've been sharpening on this. And so you can see it looks a little scratched up there. And what's going on is the edge was quite bulky. And so I took off a bunch of material there so that the edge was more acute. And I don't mean the very edge, I mean the bevel leading up to the edge. And so I haven't honed it yet, but I'm going to sharpen that. And then hopefully this gets to be a little bit nicer. The problem with this one is it's so cheap, it's only $40, that it bends really easy right at the handle. Might even be bent right now. But it's sharp and it cuts well when you do cut right. And that pretty much summarizes my sword collection. Maybe you've seen one of these. Here's a Wakizashi, that's a stainless steel one. It's just cheap. I've never used it yet, but I'm 100% sure that it's quite good. It's not very long. And I've placed some orders for stuff. This is a big Spartan sword. It's really heavy, it's really hard to use it, and it's not that sharp. In the long run, this is an easy favorite, and this is my kitchen knife. I use it in the kitchen, and it's good, its shape is nice, and these stainless steel blades are not that sharp, but they're pretty good. And then one last thing is, if you want to chop some bottles in the backyard, you don't know where to get started, you want to get started with this one right here. What you want to do is hit with that little point right there, not the very tip. You want to impact the plastic bottle right there, and then it cuts real easy. And this saw blade is actually functional. And so what you end up with is, the steel is not that high of a quality, so it doesn't keep a very sharp blade. So by impacting with a point, then the blade is effectively a lot sharper, and you can cut through things. And while you're swinging, the saw blade works the same. So this section of the blade is normally difficult to keep sharp. It gets dull easily. And so if you're cutting at plastic bottles or soft targets, that saw blade, you don't saw like this. Just when you swing, it works just like regular blade, and it's very effective at cutting through, for example, big milk jugs or something like that. It works just like a really sharp sword. And so this thing is so cheap, and it's automatic the way that it works. You don't need any technique except to make sure to hit it so that that point is hitting. As long as that point is hitting the target, it's going to cut really well. With all of these things, they're not really for cutting wood. So you don't want to use them that way, because they just can't take the abuse. You need an axe. And I have axes, but I didn't line them up.